Hello everyone and welcome to the Fully Booked Penguin channel where we read, write and enjoy life. Hello, for those who are new here, I am Hannah. I'm your host, the only one on the channel really, and we are here to do a reading vlog because it is the 29th of December 2024 and I have to read 4 books to get to my reading goal for the year. And you're asking, why do you have so many to go with 3 days to go? I may have had a break over Christmas and I was editing my own novel and therefore was not reading. So we're going to try and read those 4 books, maybe more. I don't know how many we can get done in 3 days, but that is going to be our focus now. You'll find out as I read them what the books are. I think I have a couple of mysteries, a Christmas romance, and another literary, I believe, or a couple of literary fictions. So I hope you settle in with your cold drink if you're in Australia, where it's hot, or a hot drink if you're in the wintry Northern Hemisphere. So now we get to move on to our first book of the video. Alright, our first book is going to be Enid Blyton's 5 Fine Hours, which is a children's mystery series. And we are going to be reading, wait a second, we're going to be reading The Mystery of the Disappearing Cat. So in this one, the kids are home from the holidays, so Bets, the youngest, is like, hey crew, we're back together, we're gonna have a mystery. And a rich neighbour has moved in next door and she happens to own some really fancy cats that have won prizes. And there's this really grumpy gardener guy who really is horrible. He's just the worst. He believes he runs the place rather than the old lady. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Tear out your little strawberry garden, which is cruel to our Bets. And Frederick Algernon Trotterville, he is also not very happy. Neither is Buster, the dog. They're all not very happy at him being mean to Bets. But the grumpy gardener has a apprentice young lad who is really nice to the kids, but he is scared of the grumpy gardener because he could fire him. So yes, our first book is going to be this little mystery. Now I did start it, obviously, because I'm giving you the whole rundown of the book. And we are actually up to chapter 6, I believe. And it's called Dark Queen Disappears. So I think the mystery is about to start. 232 pages in the book. We're up to page 50. So that's our little chunk. Every now and then it's okay for adults to treat themselves to a little children's mystery, because it's a goofy little fun time. Do I dislike some of our main characters? Yes, because they bully Frederick Algernon Trotterville, or Trotville, and our Bets, who's the youngest. But they're the 3 characters. It's Bets, Buster, and of course Frederick. They're the 3 that I read this series for. Anyway, so I'm going to get to reading now. Have a fun, cozy readathon. Hopefully reach the goal before the end of the year. So let's stop chatting about it and do it. Okay, so I have finished The Mystery of the Disappearing Cat. Again, Bets, Buster, and Frederick were really the main ones leading the charge. And the rest of the crew, let's just admit that they're a little all over the place, and they sometimes bully Frederick and Bets, and that's just not, you know. But it was a fun time. I then get to move on to my next book. Now, here's where we run into a little bump in the road. Okay, our next book is technically Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Tales of the Cafe. And it is book 2 in Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. Also, I learned that a lot of Japanese translated novels, they put a little cat on the cover because it's meant to signify coziness. These books are not cozy. Okay, they are slightly cozy, but it's more sad slice of life. So I feel like the cat actually lulls you into a false sense of security. And there is no cat in the cafe either. But these stories make me cry. So rather than just bulldoze my way through before the coffee goes cold, I'm actually gonna juggle it with our Christmas romance. And since Christmas is already over and it's almost the new year, I do feel like I should read that book before Christmas is completely over, you know. The other book I have is My Frosty Fake Christmas Date. Oops. It is about a cowboy who is trying to get land because I think he was kicked off his land with some of his cows. So he's looking to get some more. But everyone's turning him down and he needs to be out of his other place and onto new land. And the only family around the area is this certain rich family. But he doesn't really get along with anyone in town, especially that family. But along comes his ex-best friend's ex-girlfriend, who the ex-friend ended up cheating on with her best friend, which is obviously her now ex-friend, and etc, etc. So messy relationships all over the place, but he meets up with her at a bar, and she's like, you know what? Rather than go home this Christmas and have them be like, oh, you're not over your ex-fiancé, she's gonna bring along a date. And he gets the chance to actually try and get some land from her father. I've read chapter 1, and that's pretty much what's happened. It's not one of those books where it's fake dating and they take 27 years to get to the fake dating. No, they're starting off right on the fake dating, so that's a good start. And it's, yeah, a cowboy romance, Christmas, festive, grumpy sunshine, I think, but she seems pretty down to earth. So I don't know whether she's really sunshiny. By the way, the shadowing on my face is great, isn't it? Oh, you're gonna have to put up with it. I am going to try and do a section, because there's 4 chapters or sections in each of these books. So I'm going to read one section of this, and then I'm going to move on to reading the rest of my Christmassy romance. So I'm going to juggle them, is what I'm trying to say, so that I don't just bulldoze my way through the sadness, because I am going to cry. It's guaranteed. I always do. I am a soft-hearted little reader and watcher of film. No matter what, I will usually cry. So yep, that's the update. So we can get back to reading. So it turns out my predictions were correct. I did cry. So we are at page 61. We're going to go into My Frosty Fake Christmas Date, because I highly doubt this little cowboy romance is going to make me cry, and as we know, we cannot have too much crying in one day, because tears exhaust me. I do have a little drinky drink, courtesy of my mother. It's got ice. It's cool. It's refreshing. I believe it has caffeine in it. That means we can continue on with our reading. And I'm outside because I feel like the fresh air, the warm yet just the life of just being outside. Because I gotta admit, being outside is my joy. So we're gonna now go and see how Julie feels about her little proposal to... Wait, so her name is Julie, and his name is Tucker. So Tucker is obviously the cowboy, and Julie is the poor lass who is single. That's her trouble at the moment, is single with a nosy family. Can't relate, but I can relate to the single part, not the nosy, pushy family part though. So, luckily. So we are 8% into My Frosty Fake Christmas Date. And hopefully we can fly through this one. Will I just knuckle down and finish this book before going back to Tales of Cathay? Maybe. You know, her parents don't even invite Nate and Maddie, all because of what happened. He broke the engagement, her heart, and they're like, he cheated, and they're all like, oh, I wonder why her parents shunned them. If they didn't, I'd be having a stern talking to them. The nerve. I think the real problem is whoever these gossips are. They shouldn't come to Christmas. And if that means it's just her father, mother, a small party, great. Best. Her dad is supposedly trying to set her up. Can't relate. What's with the fathers in these books trying to set up their daughters with people? It's like the opposite of a protective dad. It's like, oh, there's this random guy. You'll be right? She's saying she's putting the ex behind her, but I can just see the family going like, oh, she's not over her ex. She's now going for his old best friend to get back at him. Okay, so this book has the cutest, like, family vibe. Her family aren't that bad. In fact, they're good. So it must be the aunts and uncles, in which case, what's wrong with the extended family? Because they be mean, but her brother also has a little kid, a little girl, and she's adorable. And she's calling Tucker Uncle Tucker. They just have to get married now, because how can you let down a child like that? Like, I know things happen in life, but that's adorable. But I think we're about to run in with the ex-best friends that are now together. So that should be exciting. And it's going pretty fast. I'm enjoying myself. So I'm just probably going to finish this book, let's be honest. I like not crying. I mean, having a good cry every now and then is great, but having a smile and a bit of awe is way nicer. So let's see what Julie thinks while meeting the ex-besties. Okay, so I've finished our second book of the day, which is my Frosty fake Christmas date. It was going so well, and then the last act conflict came along, and I despise everyone. Flipping hate the ending. I hate the main character. I hate the female character's family. I hate the random other exes. I hate them all so much. Like, our girl deserves so much better than whatever the heck just happened there. Talk about blaming the wrong person. No, it was such a bad ending. And it really does, with romance novels, it really does come down to the ending. If the ending is not good, it doesn't matter what happens through the rest of the book, you've just ruined it. And unfortunately, it ruined it. Imagine, oh no, just a no. It's a no from me. Like, everyone turned on our main girl. And honestly, if I was her, I would have just said, stuff you all. Left town. Or cut contact. And just been like, oh, whatever. None of them are thinking about her. Not really. I can't believe they all ended up bagging her out. And that the main male character was so dumb. Like, hi honey, yeah, in front of this big crowd, I will tell you all these things I've been hiding from you. But I love you. Oh, wait, you didn't respond to me in the first minute? See ya, bye. What? Let me just reveal everything and then reveal all these secrets I've been hiding from you. Tell you, but I love you. And then when you freeze because you're overwhelmed, I'll be like, she doesn't love me. And the family says, I can't believe you've done this. I can't believe you've done this. That meme, I can't believe you've done this. And then say, we never expected you to bring anyone home. And she's like, but these are my feelings that have been backed up with comments over the years. And they're all like, I can't believe you've done this. And then the brother's like, like how that was cold of you to not respond when I said, and he said that he loves you. And I'm like, dude, there was so much happening. Why is it always the girl in these flippin' novels that have to do the chasing down? This was meant to be my silly, goofy, happy time. Ended up, oh, it irks me so bad. You know what? I almost wish I chose the crying instead, because it would be better than that. Whatever that train wreck was, the tears from the cafe, tears of the cafe, is better than whatever that train wreck was. But technically we are another book closer to our goal. So that's something. The amount of frustration and just hatred I have in my little body. I might need to go and cool down. I might need to have something to eat just to get over whatever that was. And maybe I'll read a sad story just to feel like I can have something to cry about that isn't just rage. So I don't know what I'm going to rate it. Probably a 2. The beginning was good. Most of it was good. I mean, it was your stereotypical, romance writing. But anyway, so I might cry another thing, and then we'll check in with a different book that hopefully, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a guaranteed good time. But I have to calm down first. It was 100% a book where I was coming up with a different timeline. An alternate timeline. And my alternate timeline was so much better. Maybe I should go look at reviews, see if anyone else joins in the final act, drama, hatred. That will just fuel the flames, but... So, we have read some more of Tales from the Cafe. I did cry some more. Not so much in the third story. I did have a few tears, okay? But it wasn't as teary. But we move on to the joy after a bit of a cry, and then I'll go finish my crying later in the evening. I'm going to read Skip Beat by Yoshiki Nakamura. So we're going to follow Kyoko. And it is a manga, just so you know. There'll be pictures. These are technically my last 2 books that I need to finish to reach my goal. But if there's extra time tomorrow, which is the final day of the year, I may read some others. There's not much better. I was born with the tremors, hand tremors, and so that's... Read some more, so we can get to our goal. Whether it's tonight or tomorrow morning, we'll find out, but... Whee! We have just finished our final book for 2024, which is technically 3 books, but 3 volumes in 1 book. Our 75th book is complete. Had so much fun reading this. It is so funny. I love them so much. What a way to end the year. this was just a fun little reading vlog to get to our goals, which we did, yay! And I can't wait to set new goals for the new year. But rather than waffle on about nothing, I think we're just gonna leave it here. Happy New Year! You won't see this until next year, but Happy New Year! So thank you for joining me for this whole year of goals, and I shall see you all next year in 2025. Oh my goodness! So until next time, peace!
T26 끝